Morning everybody, it's Will here. I'm walking the Appalachian Trail. I got this new pack. It's the Osprey Volt 65, so I figured I wanted to kind of give it a kick the tires on it, so to say, and give it a little trial here. So I'm doing an out and back 2-day hike on the Appalachian Trail. I started down in Caledonia State Park in Pennsylvania, and I'm planning on ending up tonight at the Tumbling Run Shelters, which are really nice. They're some of my favorites. So that's the game plan, and then tomorrow morning I'll pack up and then come right back the way I came. I registered at the park office, so they knew I was on the trail, knew that that was my car at the parking area there, so hopefully I don't have any problems with the rangers, and also hopefully they'll kind of keep an eye on my car while I'm out. So I seem a little out of breath. It's because I've been going up straight up the mountain here, up from Caledonia. It's a pretty steady ascent, and then if I remember right, once you get up to the top, it levels out for a good piece, and then we start hitting some rocks to clamber over. So that'll make it a little interesting, and definitely give the pack a good run for its money, getting through those rocks. So I'll keep making my way up the mountain here. Okay, I've been hiking along the ridge of the mountain here, and we're finally coming up to where the AT starts crossing into these rocks and out again. It'll cross into them a couple times, then it'll come down, then it'll cross back up into them again, and then it'll come down. The last time we did this, it was in the winter. It had just snowed, and we had a lot. My son and I had. Our packs were a lot bigger than what this one is here, so hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to navigate this time. I just got to watch for the rattlesnakes and stuff that are more likely in these rocks. So I'm going to pick my way through these and probably record another little video on the way on the other side of them. That is, if I don't fall down here. I think I finally got out of all the big rocks and stuff for now. I finally made it to the Rocky Mountain Shelter. So I think that, according to my guide, I think that means I've covered about 2.5 miles so far. Started at 11. It's 12:30 now, so I'm about on track for my time. Usually I figure when I plan these trips out, I always figure every mile is a half an hour, and every 1,000 foot or loss, gain or loss in elevation, that's usually a half an hour as well. So, so I think I'm hitting the time about right. So if I keep this pace up, I should be, hopefully I will get to the Tumbling Run Shelter here by early evening, maybe 5, 6 o'clock, in that ballpark. So we'll see, maybe sooner. So I'm going to kind of rest here for a little bit and then continue on. So far the pack's holding up pretty good. If I had to say, for the one drawback that I kind of don't like about this pack, and maybe I'll have to sort it out when I get to my shelter, is these adjustments here. They're already pretty tight, so if I tighten them any more, I mean, I have a hard time drawing them up now. Here, I drew that one up a little bit. I'll try drawing this one up. But they're pretty tight. If I tighten them too much, I think my arms will start falling asleep. But it does carry the weight a lot better than my last pack. I don't seem to notice it as much, really, hardly at all. Maybe it's just because I'm used to that big old pack. But other than that, it's holding up great. And I'll probably, when I get to the shelter and kind of get stuff unloaded, I'll probably show some of the stuff that's on this pack that I kind of like, and do some of that stuff later. Making a quick stop to get something to eat. It's 1 o'clock now. I think I'm getting close to PA 233, I believe it is. But I just had to stop and get something to eat because I'm starving right now. And I wanted to get my calories up before I start bonking. In case you're wondering what bonking is, it's when you basically run out of fuel, and I tend to get really cranky when it happens. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna take a few minutes here. I already got my pack off, which is the first I've had it off for a while, and actually sit down and make myself a sandwich or two, and enjoy this nice quiet little area here. My son and I actually stopped at this spot during a hike before for our lunch break. We kind of made hot meals that time. This time it's summer, not really feeling the need to have a hot meal for lunch, so just gonna make a sandwich or two, eat a couple granola bars, and then head on my way. Not really doing anything special for lunch. I got these whole grain flatbread sandwich rounds, which are awesome for hiking, and picked up a couple of these almond butter packs from Giant. They're Justin's. This one's Justin's almond butter maple flavored, and it's pretty good. Other than that, for lunch, I pretty much got I'll eat these throughout. Got these the Quaker chewy dipped bars, which these are great for I can throw them in my side pouch and pull them out and eat them as I go, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to eat a couple of these sandwiches and pack everything up and head on out, and I'll just kind of snack on those as I go. Okay, I finished my lunch break and crossed PA 233, I believe it was. And now I'm kind of in a low-lying area. Last time I hiked this, it was pretty. Christian and I hiked this. It was pretty swampy. I'm hoping that, as for as dry as it's been, that it's not like that now. So we'll see. I'm in the South Mountain area, the town of South Mountain, and I think I have about 5 more miles to go till I get to the Tumbling Run Shelter. Just came through the South Mountain area, kind of walking my way up the next ridge for the next mountain here, and it's kind of looking ahead of me here on a trail, and I saw this line going across. I couldn't figure out what this line was. Here it's these this huge ant colony. The ants have traveled across this line so much that it actually cleared it off. Kind of reminds me of the videos you see of the leafcutter ants and stuff. It's kind of pretty cool. I don't know how long I want to stand in one place right here, but because there's ants just all over here. But it's pretty awesome. I'll see if I can get some of these on video and show you. Alright, I stopped to take a small break. Actually, up that way about, I don't know, 50 meters or so. And I had actually forgotten about this. Finished my break, put my pack on, walked down the trail a little bit, and here's this box in the middle of nowhere with the trail log. So it's the only place I know of that has just a trail log out in the middle of nowhere, besides the halfway point. But it's just kind of funny. So I did sign it because it's a good habit to sign the trail log so that people know where you're at. And I think I'm about 2 miles out from the shelter at this point. What I'm seeing on the map and what the guide, AWOL's guide, is telling me are 2 different things. So I guess I'll find out which one is true. So I think at the very worst I'm 2.5 miles out. So we'll find out. So I think I've taken a long enough break, and gonna head up. I think gonna walk this ridge for quite a ways, and then at some point I'll end up passing by Chimney Rocks, if I can find them, and then dropping down into where the shelter is. Alright, I made it to the Tumbling Run Shelters. I just got here. It's 4 o'clock on the dot, so I think I made pretty good time. Made it here 10 miles, or a little over 10 miles in 5 hours, so 2 mile an hour on average. I'm gonna kick off the boots, put on my camp shoes, and rest up a little bit, and then I'll set up my hammock and tend to some other camp business. And then I know I've already kind of showed these shelters before in another video, but I'll go ahead, I'll kind of do a quick tour around again on this one as well, because this is a nice shelter site. They got a snoring shelter and a non-snoring shelter, and some great trees right up here that I can use to set my hammock up. There's a pavilion behind me and a nice privy, and then they got some nice picnic table here in between. So right now it looks like I got the I think I got the shelters to myself, but that could change here because it still is pretty early. So I'm gonna relax a little bit and then tend to some other stuff. Okay, I'll give you a quick tour of the shelters here. There's actually two shelters. Jokingly, one is marked non-snoring, and one is marked snoring. There's a nice table here in the middle, and then a nice pavilion in the back that you can use. I'm set up right here in the hammock. There's a nice privy down there, and the AT kind of skirts along the edge of the area here. Huge, nice firing there, and a couple of nice, really tending sites down here that have this gravel in it. And then across the way here is there's a spring, but there's also a really nice stream. I just got my water from the stream because it's moving pretty fast. So it's a pretty nice setup. So far, I am the only one, I think, staying here tonight, which would be nice. Although there is quite a few day hikers that have been streaming through here the last hour. I'd say about 20 of them. And each group, of course, stops and asks, I have a conversation. So I'm just now starting my dinner. So I'm going to do my dinner up and then kick back and relax. I think my girlfriend's going to come up and visit me. I left the GPS coordinates for her to get to a parking area, maybe a quarter mile from here. So I'll go down and meet her and bring her up here and show her the shelters and stuff. So in the meantime, I'm really hungry and my dinner's on, so I'm going to cut out of here for now. Morning, everybody. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It rained on me for about an hour and a half last night. I'm glad it quit because I didn't bring any rain gear because forecast said 10%. So I was lucky enough to hit 10%. I'm packing up my hammock and stuff now. Get all the stuff in my pack, and then I'll hit the trail. I'll probably eat breakfast a little later on as I'm up on the trail, because I'm not that hungry right now. So still, I had the entire shelter area to myself last night. I think there were a couple people hiking down this way. And my girlfriend was nice enough last night to come up and brought me some snacks and stuff and visit for a while. So that was kind of nice. Because it did rain, I actually took the tarp off my hammock, and what I'll do is I'll put that in the outside mesh pocket of my pack so it can kind of dry out as I go. The hammock itself isn't too bad. The straps, though, they're wet, so I'll have to dry them out at some point, but that's not too big of a deal. Other than that, I just need to top off on water, and then I'll be ready to go. Okay, packed up and left the shelter, and I'm hiking on the same route I did yesterday to hike back out of here. The descent to get into the shelter yesterday was at least 45 minutes of going down, so I have that and then some probably to hike back out of the valley here. So got a long start to go. Once I get up to the top, it won't be so bad. It's just getting there, and it is a constant ascent with numerous steps. Okay, I finished my ascent, I think. Took me 40 minutes, not as bad as I thought it would. I finally got up here to the spur trail for the Chimney Rocks, so I'm going to go check that out because I hiked past it the last 2 times I was up here. I don't want to miss it again. I heard it's worth it. So, and it's early in the day, and I'm kind of running ahead of schedule, so it's not going to hurt me. So, I'm going to go check them out. Well, I made it to the pipeline clearing. According to the guide I'm using, I covered about 2.2 miles. It's 10:15 now, so I've been on the trail a little over an hour. So I'm keeping pace, even with my my little sidetrack to Chimney Rocks, which I was surprised there's actually a fair bit of people up there already. I was kind of hoping to catch it uninhabited, but oh well, that's what you get. This is a pretty good view here as well. Nice big wide pipeline clearing. I guess it's so wide because there's two pipelines going through. There's a power line going down there, and it's barely cleared at all. So I'm kind of surprised that this is actually wider than that. So I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit and catch the breeze and cool off. Maybe even eat a little breakfast here, and then I think my next stop is the next waypoint I'm looking for is the power lines, and I think that's about 1.5 miles out. So making good time, and I should hopefully, if I keep this pace up, be back at the car around 3 or so, 2:33. We'll see. Other than that, other than the rain this morning, at about 4 in the morning, the sky's cleared up, and it's going to be a beautiful day. Alright, I made it to Pennsylvania Route 2. I just crossed Pennsylvania Route 233, which I think means I'm at the halfway point back on my return hike. So I have another little over 5 miles to go. It's 11:30 now, so I think I'm still keeping pace. So sorry, bee chasing me. I'm gonna sit down here for a while because it's been a little while since I've had the pack off and kind of rest up and get some get some water in me, and then I'll start hiking, doing the ascent up this set of mountains. And this is the part of the trail that will walk along the ridge for a while, and then it goes up into the rocks, and then hikes up in the rocks for a while, and back down again, and kind of does that back and forth the whole way across the top of the mountain. And then it kind of comes down to a nice easy section before we do the descent down to Route 30. So right now I'm just gonna hopefully get some rest here and catch some of the cool air that's coming through here right now, and start again here in a bit. Well, I made it to the Rocky Mountain Shelter. I think according to my guide it means I'm about 2.5 to 3 miles away from Route 30, so decided to sit down, found a nice rock, and I'm enjoying the breeze here. Probably hang out here for about 5-10 minutes because it's a nice cool spot, and then continue my trek down. The thing about this shelter is it's 3/10 of a mile off a side trail that goes down a mountain, and the water is 5/10 of a mile, I think, along a road. So if you were to stay here, you'd have a hike to get back up to the trail in the morning. But I'm not staying here, so other than that, I'm gonna take it easy here for a couple minutes. There you go. these are my friends.
Hey, hey.
What's
Doodlebug, Jumpin' Judy.
And I go by Stumbles, by the way.
Stumble.
So
nice to meet you, Stumbles.
Nice to meet you.
We're from Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, all right. So you guys are a piece away from.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We're section hiking.
Okay.
We didn't hike all the way from Georgia.
Okay. Well.
We're doing from Highway 30 to Harper's Ferry.
Okay. My son and I did a very similar hike to that this past June. I'm just from Chambersburg here. Okay. So yeah, well, welcome to the Appalachian Trail.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we've done Springer to Fontana.
Okay.
And we're skipping.
Okay.
Here.
Well, good. Enjoy your section. You guys picked a good section. You really did.
Yeah.
So
it's pleasant. It's going to be a pleasant week.
Lots of nice stuff to see too along the way.
Then we're going to get the 4 miles out and back south of Harper's Ferry, so we get West Virginia.
Well, see, we had debated about doing that, but by the time we hit Harper's Ferry, we were just shot. So we were like,
well, our plan is to do that. We'll see if we're shot.
Yeah, there you go. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye. Have a safe trip.
You too. How you doing? How you doing? Well, I made it back to the car. It's 1:45, so I did a little better time than I thought, especially considering about 1.5 miles back from here. I think I sprained my ankle, a slight sprain, so I'm going to head home and ice that up. But overall, it was a good hike, and I like the pack a lot. I just maybe make one adjustment. The straps that go under the arms, they're not quite long enough, so when you put the pack on, it's already super tight, and that was causing me a little issues, so I'll have to fix that up. But other than that, it was a great hike. The pack did great. It rode high. It's a lot lighter than my last pack. The waist belt was great. It took a lot of the weight off my shoulders. So I'd say it's a pass. I just need to make a couple adjustments on it. But I guess until next time, I'll see you guys later.